Hey there, welcome back to another Ask Me Anything. We're going to go through a roundtable discussion. Let me know in the chat if you're tuning in, say hello. Anything nutrition coaching related, anything nutrition training, online business, hit me with questions. I want to hear them, as well as I'm going to be raffling off a copy of our 5 Client Formula, which is a social media course for nutrition coaches. It's an amazing course. The promise and the strategy will allow you to get 5 paying clients in 1 week if you follow it to a T. I'm gonna raffle it off today. But what I need is, a couple weeks ago, I did a review of a bunch of content, and during that, I collected some names to do a participation-based raffle. I have those people, Daisy, Jordan, Allie, and Kat, on a list. They're going to get double the amount of entries in the raffle. But if you participate in the actual live here today and ask me questions, I'll put your name in it as well. So drop it in the chat. Let me know what you're up to. Honestly, any questions, say hi, tune in. I want to hear from you. I know it's Friday afternoon. Maybe you'd rather not be focusing on business, but nutrition coaching, it's a full-time job. When you're passionate about it, you probably can't stop thinking about it. Also got my boy Maxie here. He's around, taking a personal day from daycare. Sometimes you got to do it. So if he pops in, maybe he'll say hi. We'll see. But what are you guys up to? Let me know in the chat. Tons of stuff going on our end here. As many of you know, we shut down the Dr. Mark Method program beginning of February to make some changes, to make it fall in line with a bigger vision that will be relaunched at the end of April here. We're working very hard behind the scenes to bring it back up to speed. There's a name change. There's some branding changes. There's a few curriculum changes and how we're delivering things. Very excited to share it with you. So there's going to be some news around that coming. We're also going to be hosting a nutrition coaching online symposium the 3rd week of April. It'll be completely online, all here through YouTube. Going to bring some speakers on. It's going to be kind of some presentations, but also some live interviews with me. We're going to do some coaching-based ones. Enjoying time and enjoying every moment I can. Thank you. The truth is proof. Have you started some nutrition coaching? Are you interested in that stuff? Do you have any questions around the process? Let me know. If any of you have come to my channel too, based on some of the software or app stuff or anything like that, let me know what you're into. Let me know what you're interested in. If you have any questions around any of that stuff, I'd love to hear it. And then with the symposium as well, we're going to be doing some coaching topics, but also some software topics too, which is amazing. In terms of tech, apps, those type of things. We'll bring some companies in. They're going to talk about their stuff, as well as the latest in science in terms of research. Think GLP-1 medication, those type of things. That's going to be a symposium April 23rd to 26th. So stay in touch with some details around that. I'm really looking forward to that. It'll be one of the things that we do to relaunch the new coaching certification here. We've been doing so much work behind the scenes, which is really, really exciting. And I'm excited to share that stuff with you all as well. But outside of that, some of the things that are up to right now. Outside, also in the last little bit, we've sold 500 copies of From Passion to Profit, the book that we released last July. We're coming up on a 1-year mark here. Come July, as I was saying that, I thought, hey, Josie, we got to get some sort of 1-year sale in the works for July. That only makes sense. Let me make note of that. July Passion to Profit sale. Love it. The truth is my proof. I have a certification that I just got in February. Amazing. What is the next step for you? The truth is my proof. Do you need to work on coaching systems, get clients, put yourself out there that way? Let me know what the most pressing thing is in the chat, and maybe I can help you out. Send something along your way. Go from there. Let me know where you got your cert from as well. I'd love to know what people are up to, what are they taking, how they're benefiting, that type of stuff. Fill me in. Also, guys, remember, there's quite a few of you tuning in right now. A few things. Number one, hitting that like button always makes the channel grow, gets the right information in front of the right people. So I would appreciate that, as well as drop a question, comment, concern, thought in the chat so we can discuss. And I will put you in that raffle for the 5 Client Formula, which is our social media course. $500 value. It's an amazing, quick and snappy course, and then we'll go from there. Chase Helgren says, hi, Chase. I know you very well. I read your book last summer before I joined the Dr. Mark Method, and it was so helpful in getting started. This is Amy and not Chase. Amazing. I thought it was, I figured I was going to go to Amy. Amy, you must have your own YouTube account though, too. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. This is Chase's guest in our program. We started calling her the referral queen because she's so amazing at forging partnerships and networking, and so many of her clients, and she's up to about 20 now, have come through not just social media and like a couple, I would say, degrees of separation away. That stuff is really helpful, but also just like referrals, relationships, getting people results and them talking about it and really fostering those relationships and nurturing them. It's been amazing. Happy to have you tune in here, Amy. And if anyone has any questions for Amy about that process and what is the most useful thing, drop it in the chat. We'll go from there. Amy, do you have the 5 Client Formula yet? I'm going to put your name on here on this raffle, as well as the truth is my proof. The truth is my proof. If you have a name you'd like me to refer to you as, we'll go from there. The truth is my proof. I want to start my own online coaching business, mainly for athletes. What tips do you have for me starting up from zero? Great question. So if no one knew that you were doing coaching at all and you wanted to work with athletes, social media can be helpful. But I would think for the most part, I would focus on trying to do some like in-person referrals and networking with like either a sports team or a specific club or group. If you can focus on a specific type of athlete, that allows you to like really hone in on your skills, because obviously different energy systems, different demands, like mixed sports, like hockey and football are going to be different than sprinting. Performance is such a like wide, subject that it becomes more, helpful if you can get specific. So I would focus on trying to get your foot in the door with some people that you actually know, and like local opportunities. Like the people are always looking for that. You can do lunch and learns. You can take on a few clients for free. You can get some proof of concept around your stuff and your systems, and then go from there. That's where I would start. The truth is my proof, whose name is now Denzel, which I'll write him here instead of that. And then we'll also put Big V on here. And Alice, I'll get to your question in a second. Man, love this stuff, guys. Thanks for tuning in and asking questions. I've done nothing other than teach people how to eat on the internet and sell nutrition coaching for the last 12 years. So any chance I get to share what I know with others is amazing. So I appreciate that. But that's where I would start, Big V. I have a few mates who might be interested. Should I do a free trial for a few weeks and see how they like it? Also, what is a good price to start out with? I typically like to teach nutrition coaching as selling the service on a monthly basis, like including weekly check-ins and that type of stuff. It just allows you to get the best results with clients and work with and bake in the accountability and guidance into the process. I would say for most beginner coaches, like $200 a month is a good place to start. Tons of runway to get more expensive, but also just allows you to get some like experience at a price point that most people that see the value in coaching will say yes to. So I would start there. The free trial thing is a great idea. What I would be careful with though is just trying to set some expectations around the timeline and how long you'll be doing that for. Just make it super clear. It's like, hey, I want to work with you. Let's get this process going. Let's do it for a month in exchange for maybe if you got great results, you can give me a testimonial. And if you like how the service and how it's helping you perform, after the 1 month mark, we could talk about next steps and those type of things. Just be really clear on the timeframes. And other than that, like, yeah, free trials, awesome. It's a good place to like get some experience and show people the value of this stuff. That's one of the toughest things about getting started, is that most people that have never been coached before just don't know the power of it. They don't know how to go. They don't know what it compares to, right? They don't know the value of how is this different than me taking a course or reading a book or buying your supplements. They don't understand that it's individualized and accountability and support and a personalized plan and a shared vision and all that stuff. That gives you the opportunity to show them those things. Giomzi, which I believe is my pal Alice. I know you've been dropping some comments on the YouTube videos in the last few days, so I hope you got everything straightened out with the free nutrition report. Let me know if that isn't the case and we can chat. But what do you think about running ads to get more clients? It's the toughest one. I'm usually not a hard no on anything, but for most coaches, dialing in your messaging and making sure you know exactly who you're speaking to and what they're interested in, the result that they're after, getting super clear on your offer, especially if like the ad will be towards like them signing up for coaching or an application instead of like a lead magnet. That just takes so much time and effort. And I'd rather see validation of that through organic social media content and just creating a lot more content before going to paid ads. Personally, I spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars learning how to market different online services and coaching and certifications and all the stuff that you guys see each and every day. And we run ads occasionally, and it's just really like higher risk, really tough to do. Anyone that's kind of teaching you this stuff right now, their success rate around it is like really only so good. I would only do it if I had validation around my offer already. And like, essentially, like, I know when I post this stuff, I'm going to get a client. If you can't wholeheartedly say that, you got to spend more time creating content first. That's what I would do. Amy says, Big V, I started with a group of girls that I coached for free for 8 weeks. And then with the help of the Dr. Mark Method team, and we did our certification, I was able to convert most of all of them into paid clients that are still with me. Great experience. That's how you get this stuff going. And then Big V says, whereabouts did you find them yourself? I can imagine Amy's chatting in something in the chat or typing in something in the chat right now. So I'll just let her answer that one for right now, but I can add any context to it as well. Oh, but awesome. I got 4 more names here in our free giveaway. Remember, as you guys engage with the live, if you're digging the answers in the community, make sure to hit that like button so the video goes further. That's an important thing, as well as drop something, engage in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you have any questions around starting your coaching, we've had so many good questions already today in terms of how do I start from scratch, all those type of things. The Truth, Denzel says that received his certificate with NASM. I'm really new to this, so I'm hoping just to know about coaching system and clients. Yeah, like the coaching system itself, I think what that means to me is that you have a process in place for each and every client to take them through coaching. So that means at the beginning, someone, is inquiring about your services. What information do you collect? How do you speak to them about coaching? When do you present them with a coaching offer? How do you bake value into that stuff? When they, do sign up, you start the coaching process around how do you give them a plan? What does that look like? What does the correspondence looks like? What are the expectations of the coaching service? How do you respond to them? Do they know when to check in? What sort of information are you collecting? How are you responding? Your timelines around coaching, those type of things. That can be as simple and straightforward or as complicated as you want it. The simplest way at the beginning is definitely the way I would encourage you to do, which means a little bit less tech, more straightforward, and treating each client similarly will allow you to do some repeatability. Do that and just make it obvious that there's an opportunity to work with you through your in-person connections, but also on social media. And you'll get some people into that system and it'll grow from there. But that's how I would get started. So many of our students that come through the program, I'm calling it the Dr. Mark method because that's what it's been called for 5 years, but there's some changes coming and there's a new name coming. But so many students in our program have taken the NASM cert and done really well. They have like a good understanding of the science of nutrition, but they're feeling like, hey, I don't know what to do next. I don't know how to apply it. I don't necessarily know how to work with others. If you're interested in taking that next step or getting, involved in some of the things that we do, send me an email. I can point you in the right direction. Right now, the program is closed, but there's some other opportunities to work with us that you might find helpful. So you can email me at mark@drmarkmethod.com and I'll send you some stuff. Chiomzi, which I believe is Alice. Correct me if I'm like completely off base with that. Hopefully that answer makes sense around paid advertisements. What else you got, guys? Fill me in. My buddy boy Max over there is doing so well playing some video games, not distracting his dad. He's laughing now. He's going to be a bit of a YouTube star. He's already got it in him. What other questions you guys got? I'm going to raffle this off sooner than later. We got a $500 social media course that I will be giving away today. A few weeks ago, I did a full 1-hour review of a bunch of your content. I collected some information around, what you guys are up to, growing your business, why you're using social media, what you felt like was holding you back. And I did that review. You can see it on my channel here. It's about an hour long. I believe it's called Nutrition Business Coach Reviews 1 hour of content. I collected some names in there for this raffle. We had Daisy, Jordan, Allie, and Kat. They got 2 entries because they did it previously, and everyone today so far. I got Amy, Denzel, Alice, and Big V in the giveaway that we'll do a participation raffle in a second here. Is there any questions though? I can tell you guys a little bit more about what we're seeing people struggle with in the nutrition coaching space. Things that roadblocks. A lot of people think, do I need a website? Do I need, what do I need to get started? All that type of stuff. Yeah, it sounds like Alice, okay, got a question here. Alice says, I always have people interested, which means you're doing a good job of marketing what you're up to, marketing people's pain points, getting more specific, how you can help them. People see the value in it, but they're not taking that next step. But then after doing an initial call, there's always an excuse why they can't sign up right now. So it sounds like they're not seeing the full value of what you do, as well as the problem that they have. There's no urgency around solving it. So a few things you can do within the call to overcome that objection right at the beginning is asking the line of questioning around like, hey, why did you get on this call today? What important problem are you trying to solve? And then they'll tell you the problem. That starts to get them to see like why they should do these things. You could also, your job as a salesperson is also to get them to see the consequences of not taking any action, which means if you don't get some help and support with this, be it my coaching or something else, what happens with this situation? Does it get worse? How much worse? What could happen? And what would life look like if you did solve it? Once they can see why it's in their best interest, not you telling them, but once they see why it's in their best interest to take that next step, they'll start to see the value in it. And you'll get that I can't sign up right now a lot less often. Sorry. Denzel says, if I ever participate in the Dr. Mark Method course, would I be able to go back and look at the live videos, or is it in real-time teaching? When you sign up for the Dr. Mark Method, there is a self-guided course that you have lifetime access to. So all the lectures, lecture slides, templates, scripts, it's like a university course, but for applied nutrition coaching, give you everything you need to coach people. You have lifetime access to that. You can always go back to it. I say lifetime access and I mean it. Like I will find a way to get it to you in 30 years. Quote me on that. But also we also have the live component where there's like daily seminars and that kind of stuff. That's the thing that goes away after 90 days. What I would suggest you do, Denzel, if you're interested in that stuff, book into my calendar for Monday and we can chat about options and kind of where you're at. There's some stuff coming up, enrollment coming up, depending on where you're at and want to get this going though, we can chat about next steps. Let me pass along my calendar booking here. Copy link. Here it is. Book in there. We can chat about your options and see if it's even a good fit. I know you just finished something up, but maybe there's some opportunity there. Who else has got some questions? We've got more than a handful of you guys still in the chat here or watching the video. Appreciate the likes. Hit that like button, guys. It makes the video go further. And in a second, if there's no other questions, I will do the raffle. Making sure I didn't miss anyone here. Got Big V, Alice, Denzel, Amy, Kat, Allie, Jordan, and Daisy. Makes sense? Anyone else? We're going to do this here. Okay, here it goes. I got the wheelofnames.com ready to go. Very convenient. Here we go. Look at that. Okay, so there's booking for a call, Denzel, and we can, I'll get that over to you or send me an email. I need your email so I can put you in the system kind of thing. So do either of those things, but congratulations. Send me over an email or book in for a call and I'll get you hooked up with that. Outside of that, is there any other questions for today, guys? I will do anything in my power to see you guys succeed as nutrition coaches. Hopefully these opportunities give you the push and the direction and strategy to be able to do that stuff. I'm Dr. Mark. Thanks for tuning in today. Let me know if there's anything else and we'll go from there. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye.